Lindsay with the M Report. Thanks for tuning in to the M Report little podcast. Again, we're going to just continue to highlight creatives, art, fun, culture. And today's guest on the M Report, we have Robyn.
Hi.
welcome to the show, Rob.
What's up?
Rob's gonna tell us a little bit more about her projects and why she's pretty dope.
Hi, my name is Robyn Tuazon. I'm from and based out of Houston, Texas. You said about the book?
Right?
Yeah. So I just 2 months ago, I finally self-published my first photo book.
Ooh, forgive us if this is backwards.
Oh yeah. So she's holding it. That's right now. That's it's called Remembrance. It is kind of like a photo journal. So original photos and like words by myself. And I started the project officially. I think it was like the end of January that I started. And then
2022? 2023?
No, this year. And then I think I wrapped up the project actually pretty quickly. I want to say it was like when I like turned in the first initial draft, it was probably like only a couple weeks later.
Wow.
So like mid-February. And then I think I had the final version by the end of February. Then had the first proof copy pretty much, at the end of February. It happened fast, I think, or a lot faster than I thought it would, simply because putting together the book was always something I wanted to do, like for years, mostly just as a photographer, just with original pictures.
Yeah.
And then the word portion, I'm not the most confident writer. Like I like to journal and like I would write, but I wanted to definitely improve my skills as a writer. And so, a lot of the words you'll see in the book were just like my own thoughts. And that's why the tone of the book is definitely more informal. The things I wrote about were just like my own experiences on life and like relationships and friends and people and a little bit of everything. I feel like, when you read it, you can, if you know me, then you kind of like, I feel like it makes sense. Like, I don't know. You told me. I don't know how much you've read it already, but...
Talking about me?
Yeah.
I read from front to back.
But yeah, I just... the book was always something I wanted to do, and I thought it'd be cool to have something really... Especially now where with social media...
Yeah.
You post, you share on Instagram or whatever, and things are changing now to where things are definitely a lot more video based, especially with these new platforms. And you'll see photographers even like have to turn their photos into like a video, right? Or like a reel, just to stay current. And so like that's a whole topic in itself. But I've always liked the idea of something more tangible, and like I grew up in my family with like photo albums and scrapbooks, and so I always wanted to take my pictures and put them into something that I could actually hold and look at and flip through and also share with my friends and family or like new people that I meet. And so I'm really proud of it. It's really special to me personally, and I'm definitely gonna try to make the plan is to make more in the future. Like I have all these ideas of different themes and other things I want to tackle, and even try out like magazines and zines and things like that. So that's just kind of like the first one, and I'm super, super grateful to all the friends and people who supported. And first book.
Let's take it back. She's really humble right now. No offense. We'll take it back a little bit to her craft as a photographer. She has covered some really dope shows in Houston. Who are some of the artists that I know? There's a whole roster, but if you could name drop a couple like shows, she's the person. The photographer, like the show photographer.
Like live music, concert photography. Really dope. Man, the last one that I did was the Mary J. Blige show.
Okay.
That was last fall, and that was really fun. LMI2 was one of the openers, but like seeing Mary J. Blige and like I'm a big R&B head,
nice.
yo, was wild. Like definitely see the artists that respectfully, you know, starting to get a little bit older, and like you should definitely go to those shows while you can, you know. And she did not disappoint.
Wow.
I mean, gosh, there's so many.
Toby, I'm just name dropping.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like shout out to A-Leaf, like Tobe Nwigwe. Oh man, yeah. Shout out to A-Leaf, Southwest.
Snow.
I didn't get to do that show, but I was there, and I did win a cool poster.
Fair.
I was supposed to do it pre-2020 though.
Oh,
so
pre-pandemic.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of shows I had lined up that year for that summer alone, but you know, things don't follow through, and but plenty of shows. Man, I can't even. So many. I'm trying to think of the ones like I did the Olivia Rodrigo show.
Wow.
She's like up and coming too. She's real big now. She's kind of like, people look at her like the new like Taylor Swift.
Oh snap! Swifties, don't come for us.
Who else? Some of my, but I also like low key shows, like the more intimate ones that people sleep on. So like Alan Stone and like Emily King and like James Bay. And like those shows, I'm always surprised that like there aren't as many people at those shows sometimes.
Crazy.
Like I actually prefer the intimate shows too, and I've done like the festival thing. I've done Astroworld, and that was a big part of me like when I first started, and it's really opened doors for me.
Wow.
And but definitely want to do festivals again in the future. I'm kind of taking a break from shows right now. People know, like I haven't done shows in probably like 6 months, but that's because I had other creative projects that I was focusing on, and definitely gonna come back to it though. I've really been fortunate enough. Shout out to all the people that have given me opportunities, like Houston Press and like Live Nation and Space City Frequency, HTX Vox, the homie JJ and Great Day. Like, yeah, a lot of people who've definitely helped pave the way for me to have these opportunities, and I'm always gonna like remember those people.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't cover like the music shows, some of the photos she takes, it's just like, I want a poster of it. I want it printed.
Yeah, you flatter. I remember there, like even the one I took at the garage, at the top of my garage. I was like, so I live in the city in Houston proper, and so a lot of times I have within my apartment we have a 6th floor garage, and so a lot of times when I need to like just catch a breath, like I like to, because I live right off like this freeway, Highway 59, I like to just kind of take a minute and I'll like stand there, because we don't have like a rooftop really. That's the closest thing. And so because I can see all the cars drive by to the city,
safely.
I'll usually just like stand out there, especially when the weather's nice, and just kind of like catch a breath, since I don't have like a patio or anything. And I'll see like some pretty dope sunrises or sunsets. And so I remember I took this one photo, I think around sunset. It was about to get dark, and I remember you're like, yo, I want a picture of this. And I was like, really? I was like, I like it, but that's cool. It's cool that people, I've gotten that a lot, where people are like, yeah, you make like simple things look cool. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say, because me, I'm just like taking a picture of what I like. You know, like that. I feel like when you look at the pictures in my book, a lot of them are really minimalistic type photos. I mean, I know I've done like different types of photo shoots and like shows, even as many concerts as I've done, like a lot of that's not even in there. It's just really photos of like my travels, and like the people and places that are sentimental to me, and the people that I've made memories with. And so and like places that are no longer even around. Just like the like seeing the beauty in the everyday, you know, and like those are always the photos that I've enjoyed and like the most, versus the
everyday,
like the more, I want to say like glitz and glamour, but like even just like planned photo shoots or like fashion type of photo shoots, stuff like that. Commercial. That stuff's cool, commercial and stuff. Yeah. But it's the everyday memories that you take on your phone. Those mean the most to me, because those are things you remember. Yeah. So,
that's really cool. Yeah. Relatively speaking, like you can relate to that, why it's stands out to you more. But for people who
it's memories. Like, you know, it's so easy to forget. And I feel like for me personally, whenever I have like a bad day or things like that, I'll real quickly go to my camera roll, and like I have albums that like pictures that make you feel good and be like, okay, or even videos. You just kind of want to like, I just need to laugh. I just need to remember something good. I'm having like a crappy day and I just want to remember, you know, these memories. And I feel like now I can do that with the book and just grab it from my coffee table and be like, even with the words, it's like, okay, this is what you were doing when you wrote this. This is how you felt. These pictures, these things are something I can remember and like, okay, I remember that. And so
we're gonna share how you can, you know, pick up a book yourself digitally.
Yes.
That's just digital version. It's really cool. Me as like a viewer of the art, really cool to see. I mean, pictures speak 1,000 words, right? I can, on someone on the other end of her craft, it's like you can look at a picture and kind of like daze off, and kind of like it takes you certain places. You think it's certain memory, like it evokes emotions in that part. And what's really dope about this book is that some of like the words that she picked throughout her book really, I don't know, it like speaks to, it's kind of like Robyn is like sitting next to you and like telling you things, and while she may not believe it's like wisdom or like funny, I mean it's definitely her personality, but there's a lot of like the core things that kind of like the M Report stands on, like motivation, empowerment, you know, honesty, transparency, things like that we try to bring to the forefront, and that's what's really dope. But the other part, as someone, as the people who are like watching this or, you know, seeing the product that you bring out, like what goes to your mind? We're gonna go back to like the commercial part, but like on these shows and stuff like that, do you go to each with like, how do you prepare for each? Do you go with a game plan? You kind of like go with the flow?
Are you talking about concerts?
Yeah, concerts.
Oh, concerts specifically?
Yeah, concerts specifically.
What is my mindset before a show? I'm always a little nervous. It definitely got better as I did it more. Because the thing with what makes concert photography and live music photography compared to any other type of thing, it's so unpredictable, right? And you have such a limited amount of time to get in and do your job because of the way the typical rules are. So for those that are familiar, like when you go and let's say, you already have to do so much preliminary work to even get access, right? Like you typically have to be with a publication. You could potentially get in also as a or solo, but like it's harder as the artists get bigger, right?
Yeah.
So like indie artists, for sure, if they don't have like their own photographer, someone else doing it for them, it's easier to get that type of access. But as you want to get access to bigger artists, more well known, like, you know, of course it's going to get more strict. Yeah. So a lot of times you'll get denied because you're just not with a publication. And so so there's all that part. And then even when you get it, it could easily just be taken away from you, right? And so like we've all been canceled, or even just like you get there and it's not at all what you were told in email, and like, and so when you get to like the photo pit, you typically have the first 15 minutes or the first 3 songs. That standard is you have three songs. You can actually be in the front, right, in front of like the audience, and take as many pics as you can with no flash. So you can't be a distraction to the people in the audience. You go in, you have to also potentially be in this like very small limited space. You have limited time, and then there's other people potentially that are also trying to do the same job that you're doing. So, and you also cannot get in the way if like the band or artist has their own team. Because they're going to be more of a priority. So it's like, all right, I got to be discreet, but I got to get my shot. I got to like, and if you're writing too, like that's a whole nother thing too. And I do that too sometimes. And so, and it's not like you can stop. You know, you're like getting your shot, and you're like, hold up, that didn't quite look good. Could you, can you do that back? Like run it back. Like no. Versus this regular photo shoot, you can control things. There's so many things that are outside your control. So I think there's like that adrenaline to it. Like, all right, like you're trying to get pumped up, and you're like, if you don't got it, that's it. You can't go back. You know. Because after that first 3 songs, you either put your camera away. Sometimes you may be able to shoot from the back or keep shooting. But plenty of times where like they're so strict, like you got to put your camera and like check it in, and that's it.
Wow.
So whatever you have is what you have.
Wow.
And then if you have a certain publication that expects those edits to be done like within like that night, or because they got to put it out the next morning, it's like you gotta, you know, you can't stick around for the whole show sometimes. Oh, wow. So it's definitely, but it's fun if you're a true like me, like concert head, and generally enjoy music and all types of music and seeing artists doing their craft. I'm always like, yeah, I love it as a photographer, and I'm super grateful for all the opportunities that I've had, but I'm always going to be a fan first. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather just enjoy a show sometimes. Yeah. And so I'm always just going to enjoy being a fan. Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's definitely fun though. I'm definitely, one of the things I hope to do, like, bucket list is like, tour with the artist someday and just like be their photographer, videographer. And
so cool.
It'll happen, I think, like at some point. Yeah. So I'm gonna come back to this one day. That's like one of the few things that I haven't done yet. Other than that, like I've pretty much, I think, done everything that I sought out to do. And yeah, definitely grateful for all the fun experiences that I've had.
Wow. You just put this out. You just put out your, you know, your dope photo book. And now, what are some things do you mind sharing with people? Some other projects you're looking forward to, or
other projects? So what you're currently up to? I'm always working on something, but so that was definitely a big thing that I had took a lot of time, and now that that's done, crazy. I'm already I'm low key thinking about the next book, but right now that's like current. I do. If you go to my Instagram at Robyn Tuazon, I have a live podcast, and so it's just like a live podcast where I bring in friends. When I first started it, I was doing it twice a week, and there was no theme to it. It's called Blind Vids for Connection, and I was taking these two themes that I put together from like the vintage realm, and then something else that I had learned, and just combining it. It was real casual, and I was really just trying to, you know, it's Instagram, it's a social platform. Yeah. I enjoy going live and having conversations with friends in a very casual way and getting to know people. And so I was just like, you know what, let's just, you know, let's just go live, because that was something for people who know, like, I'm into vintage and like vintage t-shirts, and I have a whole, if you go to my profile, you'll see I have a separate page at red_Robyn_retro, and that's like my vintage persona. And on there, if you're into like vintage t-shirts, there's like a whole community just online. I mean, there's also like in person, like the vintage and flea markets and stuff, but I've made a lot of great friends on the vintage side on Instagram, and I would go live with people, right? And so going live with them, and just we would either like sell stuff, or we would just chop it up and, like, you know, really just make these really wonderful friendships. And so a lot of people that I've gotten to know over the past couple of years, especially, like, I have friends that I've made through vintage by going live. Oh, wow. For like 2-3 years. And like, we haven't even met in person. That's, you know what I'm saying? And like, we'll meet this year for sure, or at least soon. And like, it's just been really cool to expand like my circle and just like my network in a really organic way. Yeah. And so because I was doing that so much with the vintage community, I wanted to take that and bring it to like my other circles of friends or other creatives, like, who aren't into the vintage thing. So I would just bring on guests and be like, hey, you seem cool, like, whether I knew them or not, or like whether I knew them well or not, like it could be a close friend, or maybe someone I haven't talked to in a while, but they would, you know, I could see that they had an online presence, and be like, yo, if you're open, would you like just kind of come on the live with me? And I wanted it to feel like something where kind of like you and I were like just in a coffee shop and just like having a conversation. Yeah. And you're just listening and watching. And I feel like the book too, I wanted it to feel like a conversation. I was just saying that. I had friends tell me that too, which was cool, where they felt like, I just felt like I was taught, like you and I were engaging, and that was really kind of what I wanted to for the book. And so, so like I would bring on guests and I would plan, and if you go back to my page, you'll see under like the reels, it says Blind Vids for Connection. Messy's a guest on it too, and you'll see her episode. And it was real casual. I like that we were able to just talk about whatever, you know, and whether it was that person's background, where they live, what they do for a living, their hobbies, just different topics, and just all types of people from different backgrounds and different cultures. And I really enjoyed it. And even though it's Instagram has its flaws, you know what I mean? Like, what I liked about it is because people could tune in and like a live audience, and that just made it more fun. And so I'll probably like move it to a different platform eventually. I'm taking a break from that right now too, but eventually I'm gonna bring it back where I continue to have more guests, and even like maybe put it on YouTube or something. But right now there's a lot of other like life things that I'm doing. I just kind of had to like take a break from all that, but always working on something though. I think as a creative, you just like, I just gotta be actively making something, even if it's just for me or something small.
Yeah.
I don't know if you feel the same way, but I always feel like if I'm not doing that, I just don't feel like whole or like, you know, like I have to be like, even little things, I have to be doing something. And these are kind of more bigger projects, but they're all mine. I can move at my own pace, and I do tend to juggle a lot, and so I always remind myself like, okay, well, if you're not enjoying it anymore, then maybe it's time to like put it down, step away from it. You can always come back to it. That's how I feel.
Really good.
And so kind of like with the music photography thing, I'm taking a break, but I can always pick up that again later, because it's always going to be there, you know? And so I was like, okay, focus on the book, the podcast, and then I still have like a whole 9-to-5 type job. Yeah. And so
whole job, a whole job.
Yeah, that's not like in this creative space at all. So it's just like, I told myself this year, I usually have like a theme every year. And for me, I told myself, okay, you got to do like fewer things better. And really just like, okay, you're trying to put all this on your plate, but if you really want to put your time into a couple of these things and really figure out which one requires a little bit more focus and priority, so you can operate at like a higher level. And so I was like, all right, I can come back to this, I can come back to that, you know, we'll focus on like this, and then, you know, whatever feels right in whatever season. So the past few months was focused on the book and the podcast.
Really cool.
Right now, everything's just on pause. But I'm always actively documenting and things like that, and, you know, trying to make some major life moves right now. And I'm excited to move on to the next. Yeah. It's always just move on to the next thing. Yeah. And continuously trying new things and experimenting and just having fun with it, really.
Yeah. Really inspiring words. I mean, we're going to go more into that. If you get the book, the digital book or the physical book.
Yes, there'll be a PDF. So like the book was a limited edition to like 100 copies. Man, praise God, like I was able to like sell 70 of them, and then I'm ordering like 30 more, and I already have like a list of people.
Okay, waiting list.
To, you know, dish out a few more copies. So if I don't know when this is coming out, but
stay tuned.
But I haven't announced it yet. But people know like there is going to be a PDF version or an ebook version available. Okay. So you can definitely, if you want to, like check out the book and like check it out. And if you have like a Kindle or even on your phone, it definitely works on your phone and your laptop or your tablet, whatever.
Yes. But up next, rapid fire questions, baby. Here we go. What's up, y'all? It's a new segment. Okay, rapid fire. So let me tell you a little bit more about this activity and why I'm wearing my shades inside. Because this activity is a little bit more fun. You know, I can see you. So what it is rapid fire questions in which Robyn is going to be asked questions that she is going to have literally. We have 28 questions, and she literally has a minute to answer, like a minute and a half, something like that, to answer them. So she can't think hard. She just rapid fire answering questions, or whatever. Okay. And that's it. So that's rapid fire. Here we go. Okay. Here we are for rapid fire. We're gonna chop it up a little bit, and then Robyn's actually plot twist. She's gonna ask me. I'm shuffling up the questions. She's gonna ask me a little snapping that. Grab a little bit of this pack.
Oh.
Grab like.
Okay, like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Those are your questions for me.
Oh, okay.
All right. Actually, let's do another way. Cut this and split it in half.
Split it in half? Okay. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna rapid fire is new direction now. I asked her a question and she asks me a question.
All right, let's do it.
And we gotta answer it. Okay.
You're starting, right?
I'm starting. We go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Cats or dogs?
Dogs. So I look at mine?
Yes.
Oh, if you could live anywhere, where would it be?
Oh, Italy. Oh God.
Okay.
Pick a song to be chill.
Pick a song to be chill.
The chill mode.
Shit. No, I think it's called. Oh, Don't Be Afraid by. Shit. It's No Worries.
All right. No worries. No artist name for us. It's just. I
think it's called like NX. She'll plug it in.
Okay, my question.
East Coast or West Coast?
Oh snaps. Okay, love you East Coast, but we're going West Coast. I need to explore a little bit more.
I feel that.
Favorite color?
Blue. I can't grab these damn cards. Pancakes or waffles?
Oh, pancakes. I'm really into pancakes right now.
Okay.
Phone calls or text messages?
Phone calls. Best subject in school?
English. All right. Favorite coffee shop?
Favorite. Ooh, why you? Why you doing
that? Rapid.
Shit. A blacksmith. I don't know. That's the first thing came to mind.
Okay.
What is your hobby?
What's my hobby? I like to write, and that's writing. Okay.
Sorry. Talk about my coffee shops. I love you all.
Beyonce or Jay-Z?
Beyonce. Sunrise or sunset?
Ooh, sunset.
Okay.
Favorite food?
Ooh, Italian?
Ooh, okay.
I don't know. Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate. What's your favorite drink?
Favorite drink? I'm just because I'm looking at it. An iced vanilla latte with oat milk. If you could say one thing to God, what would you say?
Wow. I would say, dear God, it's really nice to meet you. Let's talk. I got some questions. Thank you for everything. Okay. Summer or winter?
Summer. Worst subject in school?
Easy math.
Math.
Favorite number?
9.
Why?
No reason. I'm just kidding. Why? I don't know. I don't have any more cards.
Okay.
Oh.
Favorite cake flavor?
Cake flavor? I like cake. Chocolate?
Bet.
What's something new happening in your life?
Nothing. I'm boring.
Get the
Best compliment?
Smile.
Aww.
You ever been in love, girl?
What did I say? Ever been in love? Yes, I fell in love first with Kobe Bryant. Yeah.
Okay. She got a whole husband too.
Well, good one. Favorite museum?
Ooh, museum. The Fine Arts Museum is pretty cool. When are you the most productive?
Definitely afternoon, late evening. It's the problem.
Yeah, I feel that.
Last one. Pick a song to be productive.
Oh, dang! It's called Element, and it's by I think it's RAEDIO, but it's like don't Element. It's a good song.
Robyn's song choices, I'm sure are dope. It's just been
What scares you?
Don't. Oh, that's the question for me?
Yeah, there's 2 more.
What scares me? Rats.
Ooh.
What is success? Let's both answer that.
Success. Freedom of time.
Ooh, wow. How do I follow that? Wow. Oh gosh. What is success? It is being comfortable in your own skin, in your own path, and your choices. A little bit of shmoney won't help. Yay, rapid fire! Ooh, I hope y'all enjoyed rapid fire questions. That's a little fun part we do with the little interviews and to basically wrap this podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in this far. We'll end with the information on Robyn, how to get in contact with her, where to find all her creative projects. One thing I love about some of my platform with the M Report, again, I say it all the time, empowerment, motivation, wisdom. And in this section of the podcast is called Sticky Notes. It's sticky notes. And why it's called Sticky Notes is because me personally, and I feel that some of like the idols that I've found who are like creatives or writers or things of that perspective, they write down things that like they want to remember. They write down things that they like that stands out to them. And so it's called Sticky Notes because we like to ask the person who's on the podcast just if they had a sticky note or a couple sticky notes. Like,
is these like quotes?
Quotes are things like words of wisdom. Kind of, that's more like it.
Oh, okay. I know I have a ton. I'm really into quotes. A lot of it's on my phone, but we're using my phone to record. Off the top of my, so in my apartment, I guess it's like I wouldn't say a giant sticky note, but in that, like I have one of those, is it like letter boards where you can like change it? Right?
Yeah, oh, that's nice.
And so one of it, it says, oh my gosh, I can't even think. I'm big on like moving forward. So like I think it's like is it keep moving forward? I'm trying to remember. You think I know? Oh, it's in the book. Let me see. I'm cheating right now.
She's cheating, but she can do whatever she wants. She's the guest, and literally this is her book. And which is why I say, look, some of the quotable things are in her book. I love flipping through her book and kind of just randomly hopping on a page and just like it's just that the energy is fun. It's kinetic.
Oh yeah, literally it's just like I don't know if you can see it right there, but it's right. It's like right there. But it says keep fucking going, always forward.
Nice.
Yeah. I just feel like that's something I've definitely had to learn the hard way, I guess, in that you just got to keep moving. Being still has its place too, but and I think that just moving forward in life is super important. That's my. Did you need multiple?
That was a great sticky note. If we were writing it down,
I'm so awkward.
Always forward. Boom.
Yeah, real simple. Always forward. I'm real simple.
I love it.
I feel like when you read the book too, like it's a lot of it is because I have including Missy, where I feel like I have friends who are just such amazing like writers and like really gifted and like just super like eloquent and just very able to articulate their thoughts in such a unique and just different way. And I always felt like when I write, it's just so simple, but like I've been told just even through friends too, really, like it's like simple, but then like can be impactful.
Yes.
But I'm learning. I'm still trying to be confident in my writing. Like I don't even think I can consider myself like a writer yet, but maybe in the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, she had to write sometimes articles when she would cover concerts, and I told her like
that was fun. It was definitely challenging, but I rose up to the challenge for sure, and I actually enjoy it now. So it takes me a little longer to write an article, but hopefully I can get to a point where I can, dish them out a little quicker.
Always forward. And that's it for the M Report podcast. Thanks for tuning in. All the information on Robyn will be on this screen.
Thank you so much. It's been fun.
Bye.
Peace out. Peace out.